This presentation describes Venerable Geshe Kelsang Gyatso's coming to the United States and shows the development of new Kadampa tradition centers throughout America. Geshe Kelsang Gyatso was invited to come to England in 1977 to teach the Buddhist community at what was then known as the Manjushri Institute. There, he began his extraordinary activity of establishing Dharma in the West. Initially through guiding the students at the Manjushri community, as well as establishing other centers, such as Majjhimaka Center and Tara Center. In 1985, after having heard of the Live Aid charity concert for famine relief in Ethiopia, Geshe Kelsang promptly sold the car he had been given and donated the money to Live Aid. A local newspaper picked up the story, and it was syndicated around the world. After reading about this generosity, an American in Palm Springs, California, extended an invitation to Geshe Kelsang to come teach Dharma in America. Geshe Kelsang only accepted the invitation after completing his 3-year retreat in Tarpaland, Scotland. Thus, in 1990, Geshe Kelsang arrived in the United States for the first time. To a group of about 40 people in Seattle, Geshe Kelsang granted the highest Yoga Tantra empowerments of Heruka and Vajrayogini. A few people had driven up from San Francisco and were instrumental in requesting Venerable Geshe to establish the first Kadampa center in the U.S. In 1991, Saraha Buddhist Center opened in San Francisco. By 1993, Geshe began to spend part of the year in the United States. He moved to Dallas, Texas, and began demonstrating the role of a resident teacher in America. Teaching in his own house, Geshe showed how to start a center from scratch through giving basic introductory teachings, establishing a relationship with students, teaching pujas and rituals, and guiding meditations. During this time, starting in 1994, further Buddhist centers came into being. Geshe Kelsang named the initial centers after the deities of Buddha Heruka's mandala: Chakrasambhara, Vajrayogini, Vajradekini, Vajralama, Vajrarupini, Kandakapala, Mahakankala, Parbhawatiya. Geshe traveled to help these fledgling centers develop through giving empowerments, teachings, advice, and encouragement. In 1999, Venerable Geshe selected the land in Glen Spey, New York, as the site of the future Kadampa Meditation Center and the National Temple. Geshe personally designed the temple based on the mandala of Buddha Heruka and oversaw every facet of the building and adorning of the temple. As he had done in England, Geshe introduced international Kadampa Buddhist festivals in the United States, enabling all American practitioners to gather together as one spiritual family, along with Sangha from all over the world. Geshe himself taught at the festivals in Calistoga, California, New York, and Los Angeles to an increasingly large gathering of disciples. Whereas just 10 years earlier in Seattle, there had been only 40 people in attendance. In 2001, When Geshe again gave highest Yoga Tantra empowerments, there were now 1,500 people receiving Venerable Geshe-la's blessings. As fortunate students, we can rejoice in the extraordinary kindness we have received from our teacher, Venerable Geshe-la.